We're here in Chicago at Axpona 2024. It's going to be a great show. Check out our coverage.
And please check out our Facebook page, the fastest growing audiophile Facebook page, over 12,000 members in 3 months, The Listening Chair with Howard Neller Group.
I'm Howard Neller.
I'm Kemper Holt.
And welcome to The Listening Chair. We're in the room of AXISS Audio, and this is a fabulous room. We're here with Roland Gauder, who's the designer and the founder of Gauder Acoustics, and with Cliff Duffy, who's the president of AXISS. And it's really going to be a great one. So maybe we can start. Gauder, would you talk to us about your speakers?
Yes, of course, I would like to. Yeah, so my name is Roland Gauder. I'm the founder and the president and CEO of Gauder Akustik. We manufacture loudspeakers in Stuttgart. It's a town in southern Germany, just in between Mercedes-Benz and Porsche. And we do most of all the things by ourselves. We manufacture the cabinets, the drivers, the crossovers. And we're here on Axpona to show our latest products to the people here in the USA.
What's your approach to speaker design?
It's totally different than all the others. Actually, if you think about what a speaker does, then it reproduces music. But music, what is really music? And for a physicist like me, music is just an impulse response. And it's not a sine tone, it's always impulses. Even the voice, the human voice is impulses, drums, guitar, everything, keyboards. And so our loudspeakers are designed to have a perfect impulse response and not for a perfect frequency response. Of course, they have a good frequency response, but most important is the impulse response. And we take care of this a lot. And so we have some different technologies inside which just improve the impulse response of any speaker, and you can immediately hear that. For example, we have a symmetrical crossovers. It's totally different. Nobody else in the world does it. We have something we call TDC, time delay control. So the tweeter is delayed to coincide with the mid-range. We have a thing that's called bass extension, which is very, very useful if you set up the speaker in a normal living room and then you adjust the speaker to the room so that it really does what it can do in a normal living room. Loudspeakers are very, very critical machines. A loudspeaker gets an electrical signal. It transfers the electrical signal via the voice coil to a mechanical motion, and this mechanical motion leads to an acoustical compression of the air. And so we have two transformations which a loudspeaker must do, from the electrical world to the mechanical world, and from the mechanical world to the acoustical world. And all these transformations always have losses and some mistakes in it. And then in the end, as a loudspeaker builder, I have to create circuitries, electrical circuits inside the loudspeakers to compensate for all these effects, for all these losses across the way. And that's hard work, and it takes a lot of mathematics, believe me, a lot of mathematics and physics to solve all these equations and to get the perfect solutions for the drivers, the cabinets, and the crossovers.
Interesting. Okay, great. Well, what did you bring to us at the show today?
Yeah, we have an entry level here, Capello 100. Fantastic loudspeaker. And we have it here in walnut, so it's quite sophisticated to have it in your living room. And we have the big model, the Dark 250 here, our reference speaker, which is reviewed in the latest issue of the Absolute Sound and got a wonderful review. And with these two speakers, we try to perform as good as possible and show people that our speakers are something different. We are not like many other speakers. Our loudspeakers work different.
Can you take us through the speaker here and just describe a little bit of the manufacturing technology?
Yeah, actually, the first thing is if you touch the cabinet, you see it's not wood, it's aluminum. And to be able to use aluminum, we make something we call a rib construction. You see, the cabinet consists of many ribs. And the ribs are just divided by themselves by damping ribs. Because in the 90s, oh yeah, Cliff, thank you very much. In the 90s, I built a loudspeaker in a normal, usual way with a cabinet of aluminum, but it sounded terrible because this aluminum was vibrating and resonating. We had to brace it, we had to dampen it, but it was still terrible. But with these ribs, these massive aluminum ribs, we can put them one over the other, stack them like a cabinet here.
And they get damped?
And they get damped in between. So the sound cannot be transmitted from this rib to this rib. And the ribs are very, very stable from the shape. And here is the front, and that's the back. And you see, this is just a massive aluminum rib.
Okay.
And you can cover it with powder, you can have it brushed in aluminum, everything that it really fits into your living room. The next thing is the drivers.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Of course, yes. Oh, everybody asks about the driver, but the drivers are not that important as many people think. Okay, we have different materials here. We start with the aluminum woofers. They are made by ourselves. Then here we have a ceramic 7-inch mid-range driver made by Accuton, and the big diamond mid-range, 2-inch diamond mid-range. Of course.
But why do you say the drivers are not as important?
Because if you have some different materials, you can use another frequency crossovers, and then you can also get wonderful results. For example, in the room next door, we have aluminum diaphragms, no ceramic, no diamonds, and still the speaker sounds wonderful. But it must have a different frequency crossover. Of course, yes. But with the different materials, you have specialists which are really specialized for the purpose. But we don't get the regular drivers from Accuton. We get special drivers, customized drivers for us.
Okay.
And so this is the trick, because they need to have some specialty, the small parameters, to be able to reproduce the music in the way I described it in the mathematical equations.
Cliff, it was great to hear from Roland. You guys have some unbelievable gear here.
Thank
so
you.
I think we'd be remiss if you didn't just take us through briefly and let us know what you have.
Yeah, I'll give you a very, very quick summary. You know, we are very fortunate for this show to be able to show off some of our best from Soulution, from Absolare, and we also have this gorgeous Transrotor tourbillon turntable as well. Right now, we actually are playing on the Absolare. This is the Altius 2 monoblock amplifiers, and their top-of-line Eternum 2-box preamp.
Okay.
And for source material, right now, we're playing off the Soulution 757. It's a phono, tape, and optical EQ stage, and then also a 760 Soulution DAC, both feeding into the Absolare.
And this Transrotor table is quite a conversation piece.
It's a beautiful, eye-catching piece, for sure.
We were talking about it before, and the list price is not what you might think it would be. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, you look at other tables in its price range, and you get quite a lot. It's still not cheap. It's a all-in, even with the stand and the bonus switch. It's about a $60,000 turntable. But for that price range, it's definitely a conversation piece.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Cliff. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And
Thanks for coming.
Yep, and we're looking forward to hearing music.
All right.